I'm so sorry, guys, give me 1 second. I'm getting a call from the recruiter. So I might be just a little teary and a little subdued. You guys are not gonna believe what that call was. In February of 2023, I was told by my company that roles were being cut, and one of them was mine. They laid off about 60% of our team. And so I found a new position, and 6 months later, that position was like, hey, we lost our contract with the government, and so we're cutting your position. And so I was laid off again. And then I searched for 6 months, and I found a job with Bank of America. And a month in, they told me, hey, we actually don't need your position anymore. We changed the scope of the project, so you're gone. And so I searched for about 3 months and found a new position, and I was supposed to start on Monday, and they just lost money on the contract, and I no longer have that position. So that's technically the 4th time my position has been eliminated in the last 12 months. So it's all the more reason to focus harder on this. I guess I have more time to code and more time to do the things that I've been planning to do. I was really relieved about having this contract, even if it was only a 3-month contract, because that's 3 months of income. And also it would get me right to the point where my unemployment would reset. And it would get me to the point where, you know, I would qualify for unemployment in the next year. And I think I still will, just because of that 1-month contract. But I really needed a break. So we're gonna go back to Hades. We're gonna talk to our mommy. But yeah, we're gonna keep going. I'm really discouraged now. We're gonna beat up some monsters to try to get through this. It's gonna be okay. That's what I have to keep telling myself and keep remembering. And who knows, maybe they'll renegotiate the contract again and it'll turn out in my favor this time. Maybe they'll reinstate the position. Who knows? We'll see. It'll be okay. And either way, in a couple months I can reapply for the unemployment and it's gonna be okay. Who knows? Maybe I'll blow up and I won't have to worry about this anymore. What makes me mad is that I'm in software development, which is supposed to be an amazing field to be in, and I just keep being screwed. Yeah, it's life. You know, it gives me more opportunity to code the redeems that I want to do. Yeah, I was like, you know, how am I going to balance streaming and editing VODs and coding the things that I want to code and like setting up the assets and such? How am I going to balance all of that once I have a full-time job as well? Especially if they want me to fly down to Minnesota for something at the beginning of it. But I guess I don't have to worry about that now. So, it's motivating, if nothing else. Always look at the bright side of things. I try very, very hard to. Yeah, but when I was growing up, I was actually a really, really pessimistic person. I had really bad depression. And I was very much a glass is half empty. Or even like when the glass was half empty, the glass is almost empty. Part of therapy and just part of my healing and helping myself has consisted of changing my outlook. And changing like how I think about events in my life and, you know, the way my brain talks to me and that sort of thing. But yeah, I tried very hard to be positive, and I think that it's done amazing things for me. Like, my first reaction to something these days is not super negative. It's, oh my gosh, this sucks. But I'm gonna find, like, it's gonna be okay. You don't have to be like me when you grow up. You're like... Lobster, you're like, what, 5 years older than me? If not more? I'm not gonna out your actual age because I don't know it in part. But you are not younger than me. Yeah, I think being positive and having a positive outlook. And not even just like gross, blatant, over-the-top positivity. Just like finding the light, even in a dark situation, is really important. And it used to be something that I had to kind of force myself to do. But it really started with like, when I was really down, when I was really struggling, I was in the pits. I started just like looking out my window into the bright daylight and taking a deep breath and taking a moment to appreciate how bright the colors were and how pretty the nature was. Or if it was winter, like how nice the snow looked, stuff like that. And just that took me so far. So it's always about starting small and doing what you can. And eventually what you can do improves and grows.